McCauley. I prayed out in Syracuse, New York. Now, in a couple of short weeks, we're going to be sitting down with people that we kind of like usually, our families, and we're going to say, it's just one day, I can get through it, I can do it. And if you're like our family, you sit down, we have to eat at 12:00, and I try to stretch it out. Last year I got him to go to 12:15, you know, and then I have to do grace like a moving target because people are already starting to eat. I'm like, bless us, O Lord, and these are gifts, and they're over there, you know, I'm like, which we received, and you know, they're like, okay, amen, you know. But the thing is, if your plate looks like the one here, and you know what, some people said to me last year, that looks like me when I'm cutting down. Because usually what I have, and that's my first, usually I don't waste any room on sweet potatoes when I can have a honker roll with butter. And where's the, you know, there's supposed to be gravy that's dripping off the side of your plate. But this is what they call the typical plate. And it's got 1,341 calories. And I think it's got even more shockingly 1,880 milligrams of sodium. And remember I said that you're supposed to have maybe between 1,500 a day of sodium. And if people are chatting away because they're like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What's my plate? The thing is, it also has 11.5 grams of saturated fat, 38 grams of fat, 123 grams of carbohydrate. What don't you see on plate number one? Anything green. There's no veggies. I mean, people say, well, isn't cranberry sauce kind of a vegetable? No. No, it's not. Isn't sweet potatoes kind of a vegetable? No. Not when it's got marshmallows and brown sugar in it. The thing is, if we look at the second plate, it's got some green beans with almonds. It's got some salad.
I don't know about you, but where's the mashed potato?
People, I wondered what the chatter was about, everyone out in blog land. They say there's no mashed potatoes on these plates. All right, yes, I guess they were substituting the sweet potatoes for the mashed potatoes. But many people, I know Italians usually have ziti, right? Don't Italians have ziti for Thanksgiving? Don't Italians have ziti for every meal, pretty much? No? All right. Also, I'm going to haul you back in. We're going to the healthy plate. Whenever I start talking about food, people go crazy here. I could talk about stress, anxiety. People are like, is she done yet? But food? Is she talking about food? I'm waking up here. Okay, there's green beans with almonds. There's salad. Enough of it. They still have stuffing, but instead of a cup and a half of stuffing, there is a quarter cup. It's called, somebody out there just said, why bother? The thing is, it's one meal. If you guys want one honker meal, that's fine. But the thing is, then we get into the leftovers. Then we get into the pie. Then we get into the second meal of the day when you're at midnight eating mayonnaise and turkey on honker bread. So if you want to plan ahead, people are laughing because they can see themselves. They're in their nightgown with mayonnaise dripping down their chin. It is one day that we don't want to ruin months of work over. I always say it's more about life and being grateful than the food. But it doesn't really matter what I say because you're going to do whatever you want anyway. And don't I know that? All right, so what should you do? Maybe you can exercise. Who says that you can't exercise on Thanksgiving Day? Is there a rule? Is there a rule that you can't get up early and walk? And somebody might be saying, what if it's bad weather? You can walk in place. Look, I'm walking. It's bad weather out. Who cares? Because I'm walking. You can walk in place. Your mood will improve. Your creative juices will start flowing. Your jeans will get a little looser because regular walking can help improve your body's response to insulin, which can help reduce body fat. There are people in the group who've started exercising and they've tried to watch a little bit of what they're eating, but they're not really losing weight. But they say, Ellen, but how come my pants are loose? That is why your pants are loose. Because you are improving your body's response to insulin and trying to get rid of that belly fat. Regular walking reduces your risk of chronic disease. I'm grateful I don't have adult onset diabetes. I went to the doctor when I was in my high 300s, maybe I was 370 then, and I had a nurse practitioner who I really didn't like because she said to me, we got to get you tested because I really think you've got adult onset diabetes. I said, I don't have that. She goes, well, I think you might. I go, why? Because I'm overweight? I don't have it. She goes, you might. I go, I don't. She goes, you might. I don't. And I didn't, but I could have. If I kept up with that lifestyle, I could have gotten it. So I'm grateful I don't have it. But for those of you who do, regular walking helps. It'll make your legs look great. You know, my legs could look a lot worse, but all the walking I do helps them. I'll show you later if anyone would like to go with that. I'd be happy to show you. Also, and this number 6 is very important, you'll start to get more regular. I don't think I need to go into a lot of detail about what that means, but for many of you who say every Thursday, I haven't gone in a while, I say to you, how about go for a walk? You know, maybe that'll help you get regular. Your other goals will be more reachable. One other thing is I put a recipe in here for low fat and low sodium turkey soup that is delicious. What do you do with that turkey carcass? You throw it in a pot of water and you throw this other stuff in. Be careful of the pasta noodles or rice. Look at, they talked about 1/2 cup. They're not talking about more pasta than soup. I again think you can have beautiful soup without pasta. You can even have it on cauliflower rice. I do think you should use the low sodium chicken broth because guess what? It tastes great. So here's a good recipe, and listen to this. 111 calories and only 100 milligrams of sodium. Come on, it's gorgeous. I'm going to stop right there, Bob, because I am going to play one of my favorite Pray It Out